Welcome back everybody to PlutoCraft. I'm ExoPluto and I'm happy that you've joined me on this Let's Play Minecraft series. So, last time we spent a bunch of time detailing out this city area here, and we built this build, and we built this little market square area. Whoa, okay, our vines are overgrowing a little bit. I'll have to deal with that a little bit later. We didn't set up any of the villagers here to sell anything, and we will get to that eventually, I think. And let's see, we also built this little entrance over here. And pay no attention to the fact that it's completely... I tricked you, see? It looked like I built the whole thing, didn't it? Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of time, so we'll have to get to that later. Totally looks finished, doesn't it? Let's see, what else did we... Oh, that's a creeper. Okay. We don't want any creepers in this city. We have to work on the lighting here, I think, to make sure we don't accidentally blow anything up. But yeah, another thing we got going on is this massive storage system over here, and it's working really great. It's nice to be able to just get our stuff into this storage system. It's automatically sorting, of course, and it does multi-item sorting and all that stuff. But I've been having a little bit of an issue when I input items. Sometimes this thing breaks. The filters get kind of messed up, and I tore down some of these walls to make the debugging a little bit easier. And I think what's happening is I'll put the items into the input section, and then I'll fly off while it's still trying to sort the items, and that messes things up. So I might have to do some kind of chunk loader here so that this area stays loaded while I'm filtering items. Another thing we got going on here is this tower over here, which I'm definitely going to take advantage of right now because I need to repair some tools and get everything ready to go. This is the Tower of Teleportation, which we built a few episodes ago. So basically how this works is you grab your ender pearl, you chuck it in here, and then you drop all the way down to where we have a skeleton spawner. Grab your XP from here, and then when you're done, you press this button, it teleports you all the way back up. Alright, that's pretty much all our gear repaired, and now we can press this button and head back up to the surface. Just give it a little bit of time, and then we should get teleported right back up. There we go. Perfect. So we got all our gear situated, we've got all our stuff sorted out, and we're ready to take on a new project. So last time we also found a slime chunk. So what I was thinking was, I'm not really sure what I'll need a slime chunk for exactly, what I need slime blocks for, but I think they could be pretty useful, so that's something we can do. And then also a thing that I know I'm going to need is candles. So in order to get candles and other honey related items, I think we're going to need a bee farm. So we can get started on that as well. I'm digging away here to get our slime farm going. I have to dig out this entire chunk here. Okay, great. That wasn't too bad. I'm only going for one chunk because I really don't need that much slime, I don't think. I definitely hear some spiders around here though, so I'll have to light up some caves. Anyway, let's get to constructing the rest of the farm here. Okay, I got the farm all set up over here, and I didn't clear out anything, I didn't light up any caves or anything like that, but I just went up and AFK'd for about 5 minutes, and already I've got about half a stack of slime balls. So honestly, I don't think I have anything so far that needs a ton of slime, but I wanted to have this just as a source anyway, so I think this is going to be just fine. I also just had this idea about what to do about my storage system over here. So I was saying that this kept, when I flew away, while it was sorting things, it would get messed up. So I've got an idea that I'm going to put these note blocks up here, and when it's sorting something, I'll be able to hear this note block. And hopefully, I'm just doing this by ear, but hopefully I've done this correctly. Alright, all the note blocks are in place. I haven't tested it yet, so let's check this out. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, so I think what's happening is it's sorting everything. It must be sorting everything into this right now. No, maybe this one. Oh, I think I just kept repeating the notes, so I don't know actually exactly which one it's sorting it into because the octave just repeats. But yeah, assuming... Oh, it's still going. Okay, this is getting a bit musical here. That's interesting. Maybe I should add some different different note types in here. Get a real musical thing going here. Okay, but as soon as this music stops, we should know that it's done sorting and it's safe to fly away. Okay, I think that was it. Pretty sure. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Next on the agenda, right over here, these guys. So I don't think I've ever made, whoa. I don't think I've ever made a bee farm, so we're gonna see how this goes. I think if I break this right now, these bees are gonna get mad at me. So I think what I gotta do is wait till they go in, and then I'll take this down at night. And then I'm pretty sure I gotta start breeding up these guys with the flowers here. It's gonna be a whole thing. So I gotta learn about how to make a bee farm, and then we'll get to doing that. Okay, this is looking like the spot. This is where I'm gonna put the bees. So this is actually right above where I have the slime farm, so I figured I would kill two birds with one stone. Slime farm is way down here, and I kind of set up this hill over here. I had to build all this. Oh, and we got a wandering trader underneath here. Yeah, I had to build all of this out. This hill didn't exist, but I thought it would look cool to have a hill over here. And I'll have to light that up later. But basically, for this build, I want to have my bees kind of over here in a little greenhouse section area, and then it'll also be connected to a pretty big build that will be basically representing where the slime farm is, and it'll be a little bit slimy. Well, not really slimy, but maybe mossy. I've got kind of an idea of how I want this to look. It's going to be a pretty big build. It's going to be a lot bigger than some of the other farm builds I've made over here, but I think it's going to look pretty sweet. So let's get started breeding up these bees. We're going to go with this archway design, same as kind of for our storage system over here, only this is going to be filled with glass eventually. Okay, so I've got this initial greenhouse set up. Let's take a look. I think it's looking okay. This is going to be a lot bigger than just this, but this will be our beehive area, our bee farm area. I actually don't know if this bee farm is going to work. I have not tested this. Let's see if, oh, okay, so I'm going to put it in here, and then hopefully the bees can't escape here. And then I guess I got to breed them up as soon as some start to come out here. Yeah, they should be coming at me with the flower. And let's get some breeding action going here. Yep, there's a little baby bee. I wonder if it's collected any yet. Okay, it's collected a spruce plank. We've created a spruce plank farm. No, I think it just hasn't had time. They haven't pollinated anything. You know what? I don't even have any flowers out here. They can't pollinate anything. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I think we gotta wait, and then eventually, if I am able to get some honeycomb farmed up here, I can create some additional hives here and breed some more bees, and it should be good, but we'll see. So while I'm waiting on those bees to do their thing, I started working on the outline of this thing, and you can see it's going to be a pretty large build. This is just one house over here, and this is kind of like the offshoot of the house. So I'm imagining this is like a beekeeper slash slime keeper or something like that. And yeah, so anyway, it does look like the farm is working, although I've seen some bees escape. I don't know if it's because I like left a hole in here that I just can't see. It's kind of hard to see with this glass. But also it just could be that they get out through the gaps. I'm not really sure, but let's check it out. So we've got this going. I've got 6 in here and 3 in here, and we should be able to, actually I think that's enough that we can set up the rest of these beehives over here. Alright, making some progress here. I've got all the beehives set up, and that's going strong, and then I've also built these walls here So this is how I start all my builds. I build these stone walls to kind of outline where everything is going to go, and then I'm going to build the upper levels of this next, and then finally I'll get to the details. Alright, I made some good progress here. I think it's coming together really nicely. This is a pretty big build. I haven't finished up the roofs because I have some ideas for how I want to do the detailing on this thing, and I don't want to waste a bunch of spruce because I think I'm actually going to make this look more slimy and green, so I'm going to use a moss block and some other green items. In fact, I need to go get some green dye for this. Whoa. I need to get some green dye, and for that I'm pretty sure I need cactuses, so I think that's next on the agenda. Alright, let's grab all this cactus so we can make that... Oh, hey! Let's grab this cactus so we can make that green dye. I think it'd be useful to make a cactus farm as well, because otherwise I have to keep coming out here to the desert every time I need green. Let's head back into town with our 18 cactuses. And my elytra is almost dead. This was quite the journey here. Alright, so we're coming back here to the bee farm. So I've gathered a bunch of materials, and it's time to break out the green box. What's the green box? Well, let's check it out. All this greenery, oh, minus these pieces. Everything else here is green, and we're going to use all of this to transform this build from what it is right now into something a little bit more mossy, slimy, something a little bit more detailed. So let's see what we can do. Alright, several hours later. I'm not completely finished, but I wanted to share a progress update. Check it out. So I think this is looking really cool so far. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that I've done here, and then I'll continue on detailing. So first of all, you'll notice that the walls have a lot more moss in them. So I put some just straight up moss and mossy cobblestone, mossy stone. And then these lamps, I've been using the redstone lamps for windows. I think that looks really cool. I did some of these window detailings. I finally figured out how to keep the bees in there. I was missing a piece of glass. And then let's check out the roof here. So the roof, I think, looks really cool. So what I've done is I've used green concrete and some leaves and some moss, and it just makes it look kind of overgrown, and I kind of bone mealed the moss a bit for that effect. Let's see, anything else so far? I think that's it for now for what I've done. And I guess I can just fly over here real quick. But there's definitely more detailing that I need to do, so I will check in on this in a little bit once I've done the landscaping. Okay, this is about as much landscaping as I can get in. I think it's looking really good. I planned to do a little bit more, but I just didn't have time, so I did what I can. And yeah, I think this is looking actually really great. So what I changed here is I put a little bit, I tripled down on the moss, I put more moss into the stone here, and then I made a few paths coming up here. I put some bushes in, and I put some moss around the edges to make it look more natural. And I think what I wanted to do, I wanted to get like a lake in here and some trees, because I think it will look better with trees around it. But overall, I'm like really happy with how this turned out. Let's get a shot from above here. So I think this is one of my favorite builds. It's definitely bigger in scale, bigger in terms of scale than what we've been doing before. Let's get some shots from this side. But I think it's far enough from the city that it's not like overpowering the city, and especially once we get the castle in, it won't seem as enormous as it currently does. And another thing that I want to do here eventually, I just did not have the time for it, is inside here, all I did was I put like a floor in here, but this is an enormous space. Look at this. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could be done in here, and I'm thinking, what if the ceilings had like slime oozing down from it or something? I'm not really sure. And then also, I didn't get around to making this nice. So of course, this is just like what we set up initially, but this should be like overgrowing with vines and stuff. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, we did a decent amount of honeycomb here, and I started to get these honey bottles as well. I don't need as much of that, but eventually I'll probably need some honey blocks. So yeah, I think this actually looks pretty cool at night too. And let's see, the sun's getting low. Because of the lights in the windows here, it looks like the windows are lit up. Yeah, Oh man, look at that shot. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but this is, I'm definitely tooting my own horn here. This is probably my favorite build so far. So, I think that's where we're gonna end it in this episode, and thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.